welcome to the show. I'm in sunny California here with my daughter playing Junior Olympics water polo. Nice to see the two of you. We're talking about a subject that just for some reason we just keep avoiding, and that's perimenopause and menopause. There's a stigma around it, and I think that it's a great time for us to start breaking into the fact that we're all going to go through it at different levels and types and intensity, but you don't have to be ashamed of it or suffer in silence. Welcome to the show, ladies. In your practice in the past, what have women come to you about when it comes to perimenopause or menopause?
The typical symptoms of perimenopause or menopause, the changing of the hormones, the moods, the vaginal dryness, the hot flashes. The main thing, or the main two things I would always recommend that I would always see great success with is number one, a liver support, something of like milk thistle or some liver supporting herbs. And this is because the liver does help regulate the hormones, and that really helps with the hot flashes, the moods, the hormones changing. And with the addition of magnesium is a very important mineral to support the liver. It also helps with some toxin release, and magnesium is very important for hormone production. So you use up magnesium faster in times of high stress, and a changing body is considered a time of high stress, even if you don't feel it mentally. And so you really need that magnesium supplement to be able to get that magnesium back into the body so that you don't have as many mood and sleep disturbances as you might if you had a low level of magnesium.
I remember telling one of my friends who was in her 60s that I was going to talk about menopause on the show, vaginal dryness, and she was mortified, like, you cannot talk about these things. It's a real thing, and I don't think that we have to suffer silently. I think for a lot of women, their sex lives come to an end during menopause, or they feel less than. I know for me, it was a time where it was a real indicator, a real mark in my life where I knew something had ended, and it was kind of sad that I knew that, even though I would never want to have no more children, obviously, in my 40s, my late 30s, I was good with two, but something about not being able to do something anymore, knowing that you can't, I think that women have a sense of a real loss when they go through menopause.
It's almost a bit of youthfulness being taken away. And if we don't talk about it, it becomes very isolating and we think something's wrong with us. So it's very important to have these discussions to normalize what everybody is going through.
Lene, when you were in the lab with your dad and your family and making this product, I believe it's the BF that you had created for it, what kinds of things were you putting into it and why?
Yeah, so BF was created, it's a great supplement for men and women, but it was created with women in mind. It stands for Bone Formula, but it's actually been nicknamed by a lot of people as best friend because they notice if they're not on it that they just aren't functioning as well. So it's got a lot of things that are important for bone health, which as you hit menopause, it becomes even more important because your estrogen levels go down. So a lot of us have enough calcium in our bodies, but we lack magnesium, D3 and K2 to get the calcium where it needs to be, which is in your bones and teeth.
What is the combination and why do you need to have magnesium to go with those?
So calcium and magnesium work really synergistically together in the body. And a lot of times, calcium is associated with bone health. So your doctor will put you on calcium, as a lot of doctors will put you on it just because you've hit menopause or perimenopause. And, we see it a lot with dairy farmers and different advertisements, we need calcium. But the truth is actually we need more magnesium because our body can recycle a lot of our calcium. Right. And get a lot from our foods, and magnesium just isn't found in the food supply like it was before. Our soil is depleted. We are eating a lot of processed foods. And with our stressful lifestyles, a lot of us are just going through magnesium a lot faster. A lot of people have this imbalance in their body of too much calcium and not enough magnesium. And on top of that, the calcium likes to sit in your organs, in your eyes, your arteries is a big one, your joints. When you think of—
What do you mean it sits in your arteries and your joints? Explain that a bit more.
So arthritis type symptoms, cataracts, bone spurs, a lot of this can just be calcium deposits that are built up because they don't have magnesium, vitamin D3 and vitamin K2, enough of that in your body to actually take it from where it's sitting and place it either in your bones or your teeth and flush the extra out of your system. So BF was designed to help take that extra calcium and put it where it needs to be. And as a result, it's actually a great heart supplement as well, because it's taking that extra calcium from your arteries, making sure that your arteries are free flowing and preventing things like heart attacks, heart disease, all of these things that also become more of an issue as we age.
It's inevitable. It happens to the best of us. You know, you can't avoid it, but I think that you can take steps in order for it to not be as painful as it is for some women. And also the residual effects that will last a lifetime don't have to last for a lifetime. So I think that that's probably a very good takeaway. Ladies, thank you for being on the show. More information on ITL Health and a conversation around perimenopause and menopause can be found on their website. Ladies, thanks so much as always for being on the show.
Thanks for having us, Tammy.